Okay, perfect. Make sure. All right. Hey, y'all. Happy Thursday. Hey. Okay. How y'all doing on this good Thursday? Hey, what's up, y'all? So today we're going to be doing an inverted reading. So I'm going to be breaking down truth from lies and then lies from truth. So it's going to be two separate reads today, and lies, of course. Again, that's why I didn't come on yesterday, because when I receive certain type of downloads, I like to take my time to kind of dissect and kind of break through what I received, so that way I could disseminate it towards you guys in a clear manner, so that way you can understand where I'm coming from. So that's why I didn't come on yesterday. Okay. But happy Thursday. I will be doing two lives today. Again, I'll be doing two lives. Will be inverted. So it's going to be truth from lies and then lies from truth. But this read here, we're going to be speaking about the lies hidden behind the truth first. Okay. And we're going to break this down much deeper, very psychologically, so that way you can understand why these fools do what they do here. Because this type of tactic or method that these individuals love to utilize on people that are 100% purely intentional with their truth, yeah, it's very damaging to one psyche when someone is still living under we'll say a guise or a facade under false truths or half truths. Okay, so everybody here, all right, welcome back to my channel. This is Adana, also known as the Afrozen, and today I'm reading for the beautiful and handsome collective. Hello, collective. Bonjour. Hola. What's up, y'all? Hey, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me today on our live today. You are truly, truly, truly appreciated. I am so grateful for your support in many different ways. Your support in just being here, your commentary, your shares, the gifts, the donations, the tips, all those great things. I am truly, truly, truly appreciative of my soul tribe. Thank you so much for being here. Also, don't forget to grab this book here. It is called Wisdom Beyond Wounds. Okay, this book was created by me to help and assist the collective with elevating you on a spiritual path here, so that way you can get more out of life by being more truthful and more authentic with self. So the more that you are aware of who you are and also aware of other people, the more you'll be able to be successful in life within your purpose. So this book is readily available for purchase on Amazon.com. Okay. All right, so let's get into this read here. Channel message here is: they are so afraid of you, and I'm breaking down, of course, but they are so afraid of you. Lies hidden behind the truth. Okay, so let's break this down. So, lies hidden inside of truth represent the most sophisticated form of distortion. Sophistication is pretty, it's mellow, it's flowy, it's not something you would tend to fight. It's something that's just like easy on the eyes. When it comes to sophistication of things, is more so delicate. So you tend to kind of miss it if you're not aware as to if you can tend to miss the lies that is hidden behind the truth if you're not able to see what you're looking for. Okay, so lies hidden inside truth represent the most sophisticated form of distortion. A person offers just enough honesty to appear credible, self-aware, and even disarming, yet they quietly weave in subtle misdirection that reshapes how reality is perceived. Now, from a narcissistic standpoint, this is never accidental. This is very intentional, of course. Precision matters when it comes to these individuals. The objective is control without detection, influence without confrontation. When truth becomes camouflage, Manipulation no longer looks like deception, it looks like integrity. So this is what I've been speaking about before in regards to, you'll see the difference, of course, in regards to people that truly are going to give you the truth, the raw bottom dollar truth. They're not going to hold back anything. They're not going to omit anything. They're not going to give you any half truths. They're going to specifically give you exactly how it is. That's a person that is standing 100% in their authenticity surrounding the truth. Now, we do have other individuals out here that would love to embody the truth, but they do carry truth. So all of us carry truth. And I made a post earlier on all of my social media outlets, and this is what I stated here. Everybody carries truth within. That is the absolute truth. But some honored the truth. Some suffocated under layers of performance and half truths. So the truth you hide does not die. It mutates. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It leaks through your reactions, your jealousy, your need to control, your discomfort around those who live out loud. And this is generally speaking, of course. You're never fighting other people. You're fighting the version of yourself that knows. So these individuals are fully aware of the half truths that they speak, but they feel as though because it's half, it should be enough. It's not the whole truth. And a half truth is still a lie because they're not giving the whole thing to the whole scenario, to the whole situation, whatever the case may be here. So someone that speaks half-truths are still considered to be a person that could be very dangerous or more so detrimental to your mind, your psyche, or your psychological state of things. So let's break this down further. So when truth becomes camouflage, and again, if you're speaking truth, you don't have to hide the truth. You're going to 100% state the truth as is, if that makes sense. So when truth becomes camouflage, manipulation no longer looks like deception. It looks like integrity. So this is called credibility, masking, and psychological dynamics, okay? A small truth disarms you. The inserted lie guides you. Let me repeat that. A small truth can disarm you. The inserted lie guides you. So most people never detect it because the brain or your brain relaxes once it recognizes something is accurate. So a half truth. You know that something is truthful, but you don't have all the truth, but you're able to get just some of the truth or pieces of the truth. It allows you to kind of like relax, but it's still not all of the truth. So you're still accepting a half truth as a lie, if that makes sense. So here's the deeper distinction between these things. Truth hidden behind lies protect the ego. Truth hidden behind lies protects the ego. Lies hidden behind truth manufactures trust. Lies hidden behind truth manufactures trust. Let's break this down further. Selective truth framing. So they tell the truth, but only the version that protects their image. Here's an example. Let's say you got into an argument with somebody, or somebody got into an argument with you. The reason why they say they got into an argument with you is because you overreacted. That is the truth, but to a point. The truth is, yes, you may have reacted, but they omitted the fact that they provoked you 4 hours beforehand. So they throw their stones and they hide their hand. It's still a truth that they spoke. Yes, the collective reacted to the narcissist BS, but they did not explain why you reacted to the BS that they pushed onto you. It's still a truth, but it's a half truth, which a half truth is still a lie, if that makes sense. Virtue positioning. So they anchor themselves in moral language to create automatic credibility. Here's an example. This is things that they would say. I would never lie. I value integrity too much. The lie is not about facts. It is about their character being unquestionable, if that makes sense. The next one is preemptive self-disclosure. They admit a minor flaw to disguise a major one. An example of this can be, they'll say something like, I'm very stubborn in things, or, I like things a certain way. And again, these are things, these are the signs, the small signs that they give to us to basically to give me the blueprint as to who they are. You really have to pay attention to what they say, okay? But the reality of that all is that they are very rigid, domineering, and punitive when challenged. So I'm sure you all have been in some form of a communication or some form of a connection when you may have heard that person, or even you, take it how residents may have said, hey, I can be a little stubborn. But the reality is that the person that states that they're stubborn with the half truths, they are truly rigid with their stubbornness. They're domineering with their stubbornness, and they also very punitive when they are challenged. So someone is speaking nothing but half truths, and you're coming along and you're speaking whole truths, and they know and understand and realize you're coming from a very raw space of the authenticity of the truth that you embody. They're going to challenge you. And they're going to challenge you based on the half truth that they stated surrounding their stubbornness. And they're going to show you that they're very rigid, that they're very domineering, and that they're very punitive because you challenge their half truths. If that makes sense. Next one here is emotional misdirection, okay? They state supportive words while emotionally leaking competition or resentment. So an example of this would be, I'm happy for you, oh, but it's fake, okay? And like I said, anybody can say whatever they need to say just to make themselves look good or feel good. So even though they may state the term or the word, I am happy for you, it is more so stated through a very tight or clenched jaw and short breath when you succeed. So it's not true. Here's an example of two. You, the collective, say, hey, I just bought a new car. And someone that is truly happy for you, that is authentically embodying their truth, you're going to, oh, good, yeah, oh my God, yes, I know that's right, yes, boop, boop, beep, beep, yes, the collective got their new car, you know what I mean? You're going to hype that person up because you really want the best for them, you know what I mean? Versus someone that is more so with their half truth here, yeah, I got a new car, congratulations, okay, what year is it? Well, I need a new car, and yeah, and well, let's say, and this is an example. I just got 2025 and we in 2026. Oh, you couldn't get the six? Oh, you just got the basic model? Oh, okay. Well, I'm happy for it. Like, you see the difference there? You see the difference between somebody that is like truly, hopefully, authentically happy for you versus someone with this half truth here, like, oh, yeah. Oh, congratulations. I'm happy for you. And you see how my whole demeanor has changed with the half truth. My if you look right here, my whole mouth is clenching, my jaw's coming in. I'm happy for you. Oh, yeah. Congratulations. That kind of way, so that kind of gives you an example as to one who's really truly happy for you versus someone that is not, okay? Next one is context removal. They share accurate events stripped of timeline and build up. So an example of this will say, this is just an example, they blocked me out of nowhere, right? True, that you may have blocked them or they may have blocked you, but it was missing the weeks of disrespect, if that makes, maybe you decided to block someone because they kept throwing subtle jabs at you and you're like, what's wrong with this person? Maybe you try to have a conversation with this person, doesn't matter who it is. And you decide to just kind of like silently just disconnect from the person, and they didn't like that, and they see that you move on with life. And because you moved on with life and you're not giving this subtle fight or this one-sided fight towards them, well, now they feel like that they have to start to show other people, but they're removing very, very important context surrounding the whole situation that actually led up to the actual disconnect from you, from them, or them from you, however it resonates. Next one here is projection through truth. So they accuse you of behaviors that they are subtly engaging in. An example of this, they may say, you always twist my words, while they are actively reframing conversations to escape accountability. Next one here is weaponized honesty. People can weaponize honesty, yes. They hide aggression behind blunt truth. And that's quote unquote. They hide aggression behind blunt truth. An example of this would be, well, I'm just being real with you, but the translation is, I want to wound you without being labeled abusive. There are many different forms of how someone can, we'll say, speak the truth or give someone the truth. If I see a flaw in you, let's say that you're hanging around me collective, right? And you're wanting to do better for yourself, or maybe you came to me with, let's say you had something going on and you wanted advice from me. Okay, granted. I would never ever come out and be disrespectful in regards to whatever you're going through, because we all have flaws. I understand that. But there's a right way, or there's a time and place in regards to how to disseminate the truth towards someone, especially if you're asking for truth. So let's just say, this is just an example. Let's say that you're a procrastinator and you know deep down that you're a procrastinator and you're coming to me for advice. And I'm like, well, you say you want this, you say you want to be successful, right? Well, you wouldn't have to stop being procrastinating. I didn't yell at you. I didn't scream at you. I didn't even break down your flaw or try to make you feel guilty that you have that flaw. But I'm still able to respectfully tell you, hey, well, you said you procrastinate, right? Yeah, I do. Okay, well, try it this way. You know what I mean? So it's different ways that you can disseminate the truth without becoming nasty. And this type of individual person here, they will be very blunt behind the truth to hurt you or to wound you. So again, some people would tend to get close to you just to learn as much as they can from you, to wound you with the truth, but more so in a blunt, a very harsh way, and don't really care in regards to what's going on. And that actually can become very abusive, because they know what they're doing and they like that. They like when they're so truthful, and they know it may like wound you in a way without thinking about what they said, and they can say it in a certain way. They want to prove to you that they have control over your vulnerabilities, and they don't. Okay. Next one here is false alignment. Okay. So they agree with your values publicly while privately resenting them or resenting you. So an example is, they'll say out loud or publicly how they love how disciplined you are, but underneath or behind your back, they feel very inferior and quietly compete. Okay. So they feel that they have to compete with you behind your back, but they're trying to praise you publicly. It's the truth, but it's not the truth. It's still a half truth. Next one here is strategic omission. They avoid mentioning key facts that would shift perception. So an example of this, they may say, I told them how hurt I was. Yes, that may be true, but something has been omitted from what they stated or what you stated, that they smeared you first. And people that love to throw rocks and hide their hand, again, is always going to make sure that they establish their lies or their half-truth as the truth to make themselves look better in front of everyone, if that makes sense. So yes, you may have said this or they may have said this. However, it resonates. I told them how hurt I was, but they omitted the part that they smeared you first. Next one here, and that's strategic omission. Next one here is victim anchoring. So they use factual pain to justify manipulation behavior. An example that a lot of them like to use, I have trust issues from my past. Okay, true, but they use it as a shield to rationalize control and suspicion. So the objective of all of this here is precision. Outright lies risk exposures. Truth-based distortion creates confusion instead. Confusion buys time. Time preserves image. Image preserves control. The most dangerous part in all of this is that they often convince themselves that they are telling the truth. This is why distortion feels very convincing. The lie is not always in the statement. It is in the structure. The lie is not always in the statement. It is in the structure. Yes. What's your name? C. Schaefer? So sorry if I mispronounced. States on YouTube, it is diabolically brilliant. To what point? Yes, I do agree with you 100%. Yes, yes, yes. But to what point? because everything that began at something has to end at some point in time. So on my YouTube thumbnail, I have an example of apples. Let me see if I can pull it up. Hold on. So I can show the rest of y'all on my other channels here. I have an example of an apple starting off with a little bit of rotten or mold in between. So outside the apple, the outer shell of the apple is completely clean. You can't see anything. But when you open up the inside of the actual apple, you then start to see, so if you can see here, right? See how the apple is pretty cool? Like it's you see the inside is open and then it starts to break down in the middle and then it's completely like destroyed at the end. This is what this narcissistic fool do here. So inside or outside, the outer shell of them looks normal, looks pretty whatever, just normal. You can't tell. But the moment that you're able to cut through or open up the middle part of the core of the apple, you're realizing that they're very rotten to their core here. And the more rotten that they are to their core is going to start to eat them from inside first, and then eventually is going to make its way outside. And that's where we are currently. They were once able to successfully pass off a certain, we'll say, disguise or front or mask, that their apple was completely full or filled or healthy. But as you started to connect with that person connected with you, you realize that the more you got to learn more about them, the inner parts of them, you realize the inner parts of their core was truly rotten into the core. So once you're able to break that out and more so push it out publicly for everyone to see, now you're going to start to see the rotten part of them from the core. The inner parts is going to start to break down publicly in front of everyone to see. So that is what's happening with this person, or soon to happen with this person. So again, this is why they are so afraid of you, because you see the rottenness of their core within themselves. Let's start with the psychological cards. Always keep in mind, a half-truth is still a lie. A half-truth is not a truth. It is still a lie. Because if they're willing to omit certain types of the truth from you, they're hiding something. And what are they hiding? They're hiding the true parts of them, which is the lies. So do you see everybody's looking at this person and turning towards this person here? Because now people are seeing the rottenness from the core, the inside of them, and they don't like that. They don't like the fact that people are seeing them exactly how they need to be seen. Rotten. Again, let the player play first. Let the player play first. Because they really thought that they are stronger. So hear this, right? You guys are very powerful. And again, I'm going to keep saying it till it freaking sticks. How powerful you are with whole truth, not half truths. Listen to me. For the ones that 100% embody authentically truth, this message is for you. I need for you to understand how powerful you are 100% authentically with the truth that you embody. And a person that embodies only half truth is not 100% whole within self. That tells us collectively and generally speaking that within themselves, they have half parts that are truth and half parts that are lies. And the truth, the half truths only come out when half of their lies are exposed. So because you saw initially the half lies, this is what makes them them. Half truth and half lies. That does not make a person whole. I can put it this way: half truth and half lies. This is how it looks internally in regards to them. When it comes to you, if you are truly 100% authentically speaking truth, this is half of the truth. Here comes the other half of the truth. It's going to make you whole, truly. And a lot of people are afraid of you being very whole because they can't do what you can do. Tell the truth. That makes sense. So the narcissistic person you're dealing with, friend, foe, lover, ex-spouse, ex-lover, co-worker, etc., this is their half truth. And they only keep that in the tuck, or they hide that away because they keep using lies as the face or the front to hide the actual truth in regards to who they are, which is a liar. That's why they use both. You don't have to use both, because the truth is what it is. So with that being said, here, you were successfully able to see the inner parts of them, we'll say the surface level, but it was still deep within them, which were the lies. And they got very scared. They thought that you were going to expose them. I mean, they're doing it by themselves by creating the half-truths or speaking the half-truths. You don't really have to do anything but just speak your truth or operate in a space of truth or be actionable in your space of truth, and their lies are just going to destroy them by themselves. And that's what's going to happen here, of course. So you really don't have to do anything. Just allow them to just do what they need to do. But with that being said, here, you saw the lies that they were hiding, and you completely disseminated or destroyed the lies. So now they have to utilize the half-truth to cover up the lies that you destroyed. And now, because all they have left, or the option that they have left, is the half-truth, you also destroy that too. So now they're left with nothing. They can't, again, there's two sides to this person. They can't operate in lies anymore, and they damn sure can't operate in the half-truth when it comes to you. Now they're crashing out. Lies hidden inside truth represents the most sophisticated form of distortion. A person offers just enough honesty to appear credible, self-aware, or even disarming, yet quietly weaves in subtle misdirection that reshapes how reality is perceived. From a narcissistic standpoint, this is never accidental. Precision matters. The objective is control without detection. They can't control you because you are wholesome, 100% truthfully, authentically you. They can't control you. They can't control you through influence. They can't control you through half-truths. They can't control you through anything. And it bothers them. They can't control you with lies. They cannot control you with half-truths, if that makes sense. So the objective is control without detection. You detected them. So because you detected them, they can't control you. Influence without confrontation. You're not really a confrontational person, but you understand the influence as to what this person was trying to push onto you to make you become very confrontational. It didn't work. Their influence of their half-truths did not make you confrontational towards them. Because if you were successful in being confrontational towards them, then the half-truth that they told to other people would have been shown perception-wise as a full truth, and that's not the truth, if that makes sense. Again, lies hidden inside of the truth represent the most sophisticated form of distortion, and they wanted their half-truth to be looked at as such. Very sophisticated, very subtle, so that if you bite or took the bait for the confrontation that they were expecting or anticipating for you to do, then their half-truth would have been seen as a full truth. And hell nah. So that's why the precision matters. The precision or the accuracy that they were banking on you to do was to be confrontational with them. That's why they went first, or they made it a priority to say their part or their piece. Hear me out. They said their part or their piece, which is a lie, a half-truth. When you are speaking truth, there's no part, there's no piece. That is what it is, if that makes sense. Remember, lies need sides, lies need backup, truth don't. That's why most truth tellers or all truth tellers stand alone. That's why you stand alone. The truth stands alone, i.e., aka you. You don't need a group of people to stand with you to tell truth. You don't need an entourage or a community of people to stand behind your truth because you know what your truth is. And you're very confident, again, with substantial evidence that can heavily support what you are saying as truth. Does that make sense? So when truth becomes camouflage, manipulation no longer looks like deception. It looks like integrity, and they don't have integrity. The integrity would have been successful if you would have confronted them or became confrontational with them. That's why they keep trying to utilize the half truth to overcompensate the lies that you saw. Checkmate. Man. So now what is happening within themselves? So what is happening within themselves? The flame, the fire within themselves is starting to get too hot. The lies that they have stated about you or about the situation or whatever the situation, however it resonates for you, the circumstance, right? Is now starting to get worrisome to them. You can handle the heat. You can. So if someone is lying on you, you know it's not the truth. Like, okay, whatever. It's not a big deal. But this person can't handle the heat. This is why you're able to see the coreness or the rottenness of their core being shown in front of everyone to see. They're starting to sweat, right? Because if someone is telling a lie or they're guilty or shameful in the lie that they're saying or the half truth that they're utilizing here, they're going to start to sweat bullets. They're going to start to stutter. They may try to hide. Hell, they may try to block you. They may do they may hide behind other people. They're going to draw crowds in just to prove that their half truth is indeed the whole truth, and it's not. This is why this person feels, or soon enough, going to feel in the hot seat, because people are going to see this person to be a very, 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 very nasty and blighted liar. Yes, their whole life has been nothing but lies. Their whole lives, hey y'all, their whole lives is nothing but half truths. But again, half truths are lies. Why are you giving me a half truth? For what reason? Give me the damn truth. Give me the whole truth. I don't want any half of anything. Give me the whole truth. You can even take a look. I'll put it this way. On a person, on a perfect body, on a perfect person, just hear me out here. We have two of everything. We have one side of a hand. We have another side of a hand. That makes us whole. We have two eyes, right? That makes us whole. We have two nostrils. That makes us whole. That makes sense. Everything on us anatomically. Anatomically. We have two of everything. And those two things, even two ears, two sides of the brain, the left hemisphere, the right hemisphere, we have two of everything. And two of those things help us to become whole, if that makes sense. Two legs and two big toes, two small toes, etc., etc. That is an example, of course. But we have two of everything to make us whole. And some people don't have both sides of the truth, or again, well, you don't need sides when it comes to truth. You need the whole thing to be truthful. And again, this person has a half side of the truth and a half side of lies. This is why they're not whole, because one side is half truth, one side is half lies. You, on the other hand, you have the truth here and the truth here. Boop. Now you connected. Now that makes sense. You're married, or yes, balance, as Stamp states on Instagram. You are balanced on both sides. So no matter which side or direction someone is trying to push or pierce into you, you're always going to speak truth. Yeah, well, I heard you lied. They said you lied. No, this is the truth. Okay, okay, that's the truth. Yeah, that's the truth. Okay, here comes another side of lies. And this is your truth. So every corner, because you're whole, every person is going to come from every corner, every side to project lies onto you. But because you're whole, it's not going to affect you because it's not true. So another person coming from a different side with lies based on what the person said. Yeah, and they said you lied and you said, and you're like, no, that's the truth. Here's the wholeness of you. But this is the truth. Oh, why would they say that? And actually, they don't even realize that the more that they dig themselves by speaking nothing but half truths, and you come in and you solidify the whole truth, it crushes them to their core. So again, what game are they playing here? What game? What game are they truly playing here? Because yet again, this person really feels that if they speak nothing but half truths and hide their lies, that they will still be able to have control over you. They don't even have control over themselves. They don't even have control over their truth. They can't even speak the whole truth. So how can someone who is living in a bubble filled with half truths and also half lies have control over you? Again, $1,000,000 priceless question. Do you know your power, collective? Do you understand why many people are trying to beat the brakes off of you, trying to fight you to and fro, trying to get you to shut the hell up, trying to get you to hush and stay quiet because of the whole truth that you speak? The whole truth, not no half BS. The whole truth that you speak. Does that make sense? And let me know, because I will break it down. Okay? Does it make sense? This is why they're afraid of you. Lies hidden behind the truth. Half truth, lies. Here's the lies. Lies hidden behind the truth. I hope I did that right. Lies, truth. Lies hidden behind the truth. Yeah, I did it right. Just want to make sure. So they're the one that started the fire within themselves and can't extinguish the fire within themselves. Ain't that something? They're so rotten to their core. They're so rotten to their core that they can't stop the spreading from spreading visibly in front of everyone to see. They can't stop it. And you better not be no Captain Save a Gardening Tool either. Let them figure it out. Since they want to be player one, let the player one play. Let them play. And you come in as player two and you knock all that shit over. They're engulfed in their own half-truths of lies. Yes, you put the puzzle pieces together. This is also a form of half-truths. Some parts you can see, but not all parts. And they want you to see them as such, or they want you to see them as whole. How can you see someone that is fragmented as whole? Make it make sense. With half-truths. With sophisticated, subtle half-truths. That's how they wanted you to perceive them. That's how they wanted you to see them, as wholesome. But they're fragmented. There are many pieces missing within them, and they did not want you to see that. Yes, C. Schaefer states on YouTube, perfect image. This is their image. This is the actual truth. This is the factual truth, the authentic but the inauthentic truth of them. That's what it is. And you see past that. Baby, they don't know what they just did, bro. They don't know. Jesus Christ, they don't know what they just did. I keep saying it. Do not play a psychological game that you can't get out of. Don't create a game that you can't get out of. You're supposed to have a solution to the game that you create. Every game has a solution. I'm a gamer from this perspective. Every game has a solution. Every game has an outcome. Every game has an exit. Every game has an end. They can't get out of the game that they created because look at them. They are not whole. They're not whole. They're fragmented. And they can't blame you for this. Remember, you are dealing with individuals or connecting with individuals or crossing paths with individuals that are here. You may have at one point in time be here too, but you're not anymore or soon not to be. Take it how it resonates. I want you guys to be wholesome. I don't want y'all walking this earth like this. No, not over here. You coming over here, you gonna learn to get whole. Yes. How do I fix it? By being honest with self, by being truly 100% authentic with self. The things that you feel could be triggering to you, dive deeper. Okay, and this is just an example. Let's say, again, you procrastinate. Just an example. And you'll procrastinate, but you lying and you going against knowing the fact that you procrastinate and that's the truth. Well, now you're living in a half truth because it's true, but you're not doing anything with it, if that makes sense. So go dive deep within yourself as far as you can to be wholesomely you. And you cannot be like this if you want to be wholesome. You can't. That's why they always, I'm the truth and I'm the truth. You don't have to prove the truth if you are the truth. You don't. It's always going to show. Always. You need to join the Wisdom Beyond Wounds group on Facebook, okay? Because that's the type of teachings I teach in there. Come on over to Facebook and the Wisdom Beyond Wounds group so you can get more, more assistance, okay? So let's get moving forward. That's the type of things I teach in there, okay? This is not a private read. This is a public read. Don't ask me any questions surrounding your own personal problem, okay? You want me to look into your energy specifically, you're going to have to book a read. All right. Don't ask me nothing private on here. So now, come on, Spirit, talk to me. So now they're stuck in between a rock and a hard place. They are. Now their ear is stuck because they're trying to figure out, what do you know? And they know that you know. They know that you know, but they know that other people that they utilize their half-truths to don't know. So when you think that they're not watching you, baby, they're watching you. Let them watch. They're the one that put themselves in this predicament in the first place. Let them watch, let them ear hustle, let them use other people. Who cares? Because yet again, they don't know how to play this game. They're telling other people that you did this and you did these things towards them. And we all know that you didn't do a goddamn thing towards this person, but just probably try to help them, assist them in any kind, if that makes sense. So now they're recruiting even more fools that are also fragmented like them, or probably even more fragmented like them. Oh yeah, go towards the collective. What they saying about me? Oh yeah, they saying something about me. So now they're getting the whole truth from you and they're looking like, whoa, whoa, whoa. But I thought you said, and they're going back to the same person that's fragmented like them, but the person that they sent towards you are now becoming whole because they're realizing that you're not the two or the three. You're going to always be the one. You're not going to play nobody's game with semantics. You're not going to play anybody's mind games. And they're realizing like, but you said the collective was such and such. But you told us to go over there and you said that the collective was this and we shouldn't do this. And people going to come check you. Let them check you. This is where the shine does the work for you. If you are truly doing your work like you say that you are, you would never, ever have to verbally say it. You won't. You don't have to say a damn thing. Your glow is going to show for you. The inner glow, that's the truth. That's the wholesomeness of you. That's the truth. And that is going to speak for you. You have to say a little bo peep of anything, because the inner glow within self is going to show you like, but you said, I don't know, something not right here, little dog. And they're like, well, no, here. And they burning up inside the little rotten core of themselves, the little apple, because on the outside of the apple, everything looks cool, looks healthy. But when they cut through and people are going to dissect and cut through, and they're like, wait, but you said the collected, and here they come, they're getting ready to combust. And they're getting hot within their core. No, that's not true. And now everybody looking at them like the fool that they are. If you're going to play a psychological game, make sure you have the answer for the game that you created. Because yet again, if you put the collective, including me, inside of a game, we're going to destroy that MFer. Don't leave the game without destroying the game. Leave the game, exit the game, but destroy the game. So that way they can't ever create it again. Because when they finish being disconnected from you, they'll be like, oh my God, oh my stars, oh my heavens, wow. Yeah, I would never do that again. They have to learn. Who don't hear will feel. Who don't hear will feel. And since they're not hearing, not to play these type of psychological games with you, well, now they're going to feel it. And not only are they going to feel it, they're going to feel it in front of everyone to see. In front of everyone to see. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise is the gift that keeps on giving, for sure. They kept producing half-truths. Okay, well, look where it just kept creating more fragmentation of themselves. More puzzle pieces that you were able to successfully put together. Damn. Now do you understand when I said that they always give you the blueprint as to who they are? Because they truly do. Let them talk. Let them say what they want. Hell, let them do what they want. Just leave them alone. Leave them people alone. Then when your spirit team say it's your turn, and make sure that you leave no stone left unturned. None. Make sure. Fair exchange ain't no robbery. Okay? Remember, they play psychological games. That's what most people play with you. Mental people play these games. A mental game, mental people. Psychological games, mental people. Mentally unwell people play. Mentally unwell people play psychological games. Not mentally well people. You don't play games, so you won't play psychological games. If that makes sense? Mentally unwell people play games. You don't. That's why they're going to look like the fool in front of everyone to see. It's good for them. It's good for them. Man, we have this here. So you see the moon is covered up. See how they trying to use their half-truth as the full truth? And that could never be. They're linked, or they're connected, or they're tethered to their lies. And they can't use their lies against you towards other people. That is why they utilize the half truth, but they're still anchored and tethered to their lie. This is why they're running out of time. They keep trying to hit the snooze button and they can't. A small truth disarms you. The inserted lie guides you. An inserted lie is going to control you. That's what they want. A sophisticated form of distortion is what they utilize to control you. Most people never detect it because the brain relaxes once it recognizes something accurate. Something is not everything. Something is just something of something. If you want the truth, is going to be everything, not something. Does that make sense? The whole truth is going to be everything. It's going to be all. It's going to be wholesome. 100%. Everything. That's the truth. Something is a half truth. And we're not dealing with half truths. We're not dealing with something. So, where it is. Hold on. Here it is. Most people never detect it because the brain relaxes once it recognizes something accurate, the half truth. So because you received and registered a half truth, your brain relaxes because it's somewhat accurate. And if you are not one to dive deep or delve deep into the half truth that they gave to you, you're going to be like, okay, no problem. Yeah, all right. You're going to brush it off. And then this is where they feel that they stay in control, number one. And then number two, they're going to feel like that they're telling the whole truth. And that's going to keep building up and building up and building up and building up and building up to the point where now they are so delusional in their mind that when you finally see them giving you nothing but half truths, they're going to fight you down. They're going to fight you down. Hold on, let me see the... Yes, the objective is precision. Outright lies risk exposure. Truth-based distortion creates confusion instead. Confusion buys time. Time preserves image. Image preserves control. The most dangerous part is they often convince themselves they are telling the truth. If they've been able to get away successfully with telling half truths, they're convincing themselves that what they're saying is the actual truth and it's not. And that is so dangerous, not only to themselves, but to other people as well too. This is why this person is going to fall in front of everyone to see. Don't allow nobody to play any psychological mind games on you. No one. And if they do, destroy it. All right, what else, Spirit? Look. You see, the truth is now being out in the open. You see how the truth just kind of like shown itself in the midst of the darkness, in the midst of all the dankness, in the midst of all the dirtiness. You're seeing the splash or the wave of the truth being shown. The moon could be a Cancer sign or a mother figure you're dealing with, but the moon represents like reveal. It represents family. It represents a feminine energy. It represents something being whole or illuminated for you to see. So this person thought that they could hide from you. And to be honest, they never could have hidden from you. You just played possum until it was time to be like, okay, time's up, my turn. Then we have this glacier here. You can't see the whole structure of the glacier. You only see the top part or the surface level. But because of the game that they wanted to play, they gave you access to the whole structure of their game, their mind game. And they can't handle that. So they feel like you're in their head. Or weren't they trying to get into yours? Weren't they trying to get into your head? So fair exchange ain't no robbery. It ain't. Shit. They use factual pain to justify manipulative behavior. I have trust issues from my past. So because you have trust issues from your past, you're going to justify why you're going to manipulate other people with the issues that you have from your past. That ain't got nothing to do with us. That's playing games. And I'm not going to play anybody's game. If you're an adult and you refuse to face yourself, that's your problem. That's your issue. That is the fact. That is the truth. Is it triggering? Yes, because that is the truth. And we, as a collective, generally speaking, should not be placed in harm's way because another adult can't get themselves together. That's a them issue, not a you issue, collective. That's why I keep saying it's not your fault. Because when you cross paths with this person, they were already like this. They were. You probably couldn't see it, and that's okay. Because you had to learn a couple of things first, if that makes sense. And you did. You sure did. So, with that being said here, so they'll say, I have trust issues from my past. Okay, yeah, that's true. But they use that as a shield to rationalize control and suspicion. Yeah, nah, that ain't gonna work with me. Sorry, but not. I just don't play with my mind. I don't I don't play with my mind. I just don't. You'll wish you never do that if you put me in there. I'm telling you. You will wish you never did that shit. If you gonna lie, stay away from me. If you gonna be persistent with half-truths, stay the hell away from me. I don't care what you got to say. Just stay away from me. Go lie over there. Living your half-truths over there. But the moment that you include me in it, oh yeah, baby. No. No, that game gonna have to end. So let's see. What it say? It say end credits. Yeah, end credits. Absolutely. Because they're not the main character anymore. They are not the main character anymore. They never were. You were. With your whole truth. With your authentic truth. Your authentic self. Yeah, you were. They weren't. That's why they feel destroyed by you, because you refuse to play in this game or this competition. It was never a competition. Why are you competing? Why are you competing with half truths if you have the whole truth? If that makes sense. They want you to compete with their half truths when you have the whole truth. Yeah, growth mindset. That's you. Growth mindset. You're not going to be in competition with these fools. That's why they burn it up. What a fool. Smart, they're unintelligent, child. I'm telling you, whatever. They're only smart to individuals that refuse to dive deep. And this is where you come in. If you don't dive deep within yourself, you would never learn how other people operate. Because if you are solidified 100% within yourself, you're going to know what you're going to accept, what you're not going to accept. You're going to know what your boundaries are. You're going to know what you don't, you're going to know what you're not going to put up with versus what you're going to put up with, because you know yourself. It's going to be like a big contrast between the two. And you be like, yeah, I ain't fucking with that. Nah, I'm good. Nah, stay with, you know what I mean? You're going to see it, but you can't see it until you dive deep. My information is in the pinned comments below. So for my Cash App is in the pinned comments. You'll see it. It says the Afro's in. Just click on that and you'll see it. So we have identity theft here. So they were trying to ear hustle. Imagine they're trying to ear hustle your whole truth to see how they can still utilize their half truth to subdue you or to crush you. A half truth cannot crush a whole truth. Come on, y'all. It's like a big block of cheese. Hear me out. It's like a big block of cheese. And they're coming in. They're trying to literally slice that big hole of cheese into half. So now, since it's sliced, you got half of a cheese versus a whole block of a cheese. And if you put the half block of the cheese on top of the whole of the cheese, it's not going to do anything. But if you flip the scenario and you put the whole circle of the cheese on top of the half part of the cheese, the whole is going to win. If that makes sense. Does that make sense? So they're trying to get as much information that they can from you quietly because their ears to the wall, but they're stuck by the things that you're saying because they did not think or expect for you to come out and speak the whole truth. They thought you weren't going to say anything at all. They thought that you were just like them. They thought that you were going to speak half truths, and y'all are not the same. That's why I keep saying, y'all not the same. Y'all not the same, man. Tell me about this gift, this present that this narcissist swore they was giving the collective, child. Oh, man. This gift present, please. Gift present. Here we go. Family betrayal. So it could be family, however it resonates. The gift of the delusion. The gift of lies. The gift of half-truths could have came from family. Or maybe someone you considered family. But however it resonates. Tell me about this puzzle piece. Yeah, it was a bad deal. It was always a bad deal because you were divinely guided to receive poetic justice. It was a bad deal for a person who's fragmented, who's not whole. Imagine somebody trying to be cold-blooded towards you and they're only half. A half cannot be the whole. You need two halves to equate to whole. They only have half of something. That's why they keep recruiting other people to join their half. Does that make sense? Against your whole or your wholesomeness. It would never work because all they keep recruiting are half individuals. Yeah, it's a bad deal. It will always be a bad deal. Does that make sense? Man, you were divinely guided to see it how you needed to see it. You were divinely guided to see how you needed to see it. A fragmented person, cold-blooded? With parts of them missing? Come on, bruh. What is this? This is a circus show. What is this? Oh, I'm going to get you with my half-truth. Okay. Who cares? Do it. Who cares? You're going to get poetic justice anyways. Collective. You are. So let them do it. Who cares? You're going to be divinely guided and you're going to get poetic justice. Poetic justice is retribution, karma. Yeah, you're going to be paid back for what this person tried or did put you through, however it resonates. All right, let's keep moving forward. The illusion here, or the hideout of this half-truth. Oh, okay. Well, it's a red rum. Jesus Christ. Yeah. You see the flowers inflamed or is in flames, or it's engulfed in flames. This is the inner part of themselves. They thought they were a delicate flower like you within yourself. That's what they thought. But we have red rum and then self-deletion. And when you pull back all the layers of their truthful self, the parts that they don't want people to see, this is what's behind there. The red rum, self-deletion of themselves. That's why you can't play psychological games. Because some people truly lose their mind. And this person will. Mark my words, I'm telling you. You got out of their mental game and you crushed them with their mental game. Yeah, that's a recipe for disaster, man. This is what is behind all of this. Because they try to put you here. And it failed tremendously. Don't play psychological games that you're not ready for. Don't play psychological games and you don't have the recipe or the antidote to stop it. Don't play it. That's why it was hidden, but they're tethered to it. So they're going to self-delete themselves. Head games are very dangerous. That's why I don't play them. That's why I urge y'all not to do it either. Don't play it. Because the outcome is not always nice. This is a torture to themselves because you beat them at their own game. They have no game left. So because they have no game left, how are they going to keep moving forward with life? That was their survival tool. Does that make sense? Their survival tools were their half-truths and lies. You destroy both sides. So now they're in the vulnerability. Oh, fuck. What am I going to do? Oh, my God, they see me. They see me. What that got to do with you? What does that have to do with you? Is that harsh? What does that have to do with you? Do you understand that if this person was successfully able to keep you bound into their psychological games, that you would have been here? Are you aware of this? They wanted you to self-delete yourself. Nah, hell nah. Y'all got stuff to do. Nah, that ain't gonna work. That ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. Sorry, but not. Nah. Hell nah. Nah. So that energy has to come. That's what happens when people are fragmented. They don't feel whole. Some people are really truly hurting in the world. Yes, that is the truth. But by the doings of other people. That's why some people tend to self-delete themselves or pre-transition themselves out, because of the fragmentation of self. But what happens to the person that initially carries or already has or harbors the fragmentation of selves, and it falls back into their lap? What happens to them then? It becomes a bad deal. You get poetic justice. Does that make sense? So this is not your fault if they self-delete. It's not. But they will. That's the truth. I'm not going to hide it. That's the whole 100% truth, because that's the outcome when people play psychological games. That's why you can't play with it. Chosen one is what you are. They chose you to destroy you. Okay, whatever. And they ended up destroying themselves. Look, the clock is up. Yeah, the clock is up because you chose you. They were only able to borrow more time when you were under their control of their mind game. Oh yeah, I can get more time. Yep, I'm reclaiming more time. Yep, I got more time to do this and do that towards you. That's what they wanted. But the ring, however the alarm clock go, child. Ring-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Time is up because you chose yourself. You said, I need to figure out who I am truthfully, wholesomely, authentically. The truth was always there within you. You've always embodied the truth. You just had to discover it, and you did. So now time is up for them because you discovered you. Does that make sense? Yeah, my God, Jesus Christ. It say unalive. All the evil eye, they had signs to leave you alone. They had the signs to leave you alone. They did. And they kept evil eyeing you and evil eyeing you and evil eyeing you, and you ain't this and you ain't that and you ain't stronger than me and you can't beat my half-truths and you would never see past my line. Okay. They said it didn't matter. Okay. Now it matters? Because they can't hide behind their half-truths and their lies? Now it matters to them? Now? Baby, please. Baby. Now. Oh, now things are coming to the surface? Now they want to extend an olive branch, but a bare olive branch at that? Child, please. Leave them people right where they are. They brought you in the game. You exited the game and you destroyed that. Remember Contra? Okay, remember the game Contra, the first one, the first level, and it was the way that the game was set up. It was parallel, so everything was like running across the screen from left to right. If y'all remember that. And kind of it was two players, but if you play by yourself, you had to beat up all these little aliens or whatever. And at the end of the first level, it was a big stargate or a portal. And then you enter that, and I think they put you in, you were like in the space type of thing. Do y'all remember that? You exited the game, and you destroyed the game when you exited the game. That's their fault, not yours. God damn it. It's a Russian roulette. It's a, this is a pew pew, if you catch my drift. What does it say? Russian roulette. They played with their mind to only ended up self-deleting their mind. They played with their mind to only ended up self-deleting their mind. That's not a good deal. This could be a Virgo or a friend or a Capricorn, however it resonates. So you could have a Capricorn that's a friend or a Virgo that's a friend. And this is someone that tends to really watch you, Virgo. So Virgo is very organized and could be like a deep thinker or very calculated, very strategic, Virgo. But Capricorn is more like work hard and like when you hear Capricorn, I'm sure you guys, whoever are Capricorns, they say Capricorns don't play about their money. They work hard to get their money. So it could be for money. That could be one way. But this is a friend that may have both Capricorn and Virgo in their chart. It could be Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, or Venus energies. So this person that may have both Capricorn and Virgo in their chart, which is a friend or ex-friend, of course, very calculated in regards to what they do. And then the Capricorn, they work hard at being very calculated, if that makes sense. So take that how that resonates. So it could be a family or it could be friends. Well, so they better get help while they can. That's the thing. The omen was the signs that they were getting to receive the help. They ignored all of those signs. They ignored all of the warning signs. That was the omen. So they are past getting help, if that makes sense. Because you destroyed the game. If they would have left you alone, they could have gotten help, but they needed to prove a point that their half-truths and their lies were much more stronger than your whole truth, if that makes sense. So they're past the stage of getting help. Hopefully that makes sense. See, it says it doesn't matter. Because yet again, they thought that their truth was more truthful than yours, and it was not. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, let's see. Are there any other signs gonna come out? What time I got? All right, what else, Spirit? Yes, they were abusive. Sneaky is in reverse. They didn't want you to know that they were mentally or psychologically abusive. They didn't want you to know that. Sneaky is in reverse. They didn't want you to see them as sneaky. They wanted you to see them as someone that could be someone that you can trust or someone that you could, ally. They wanted you to see them as an ally, and they never were. But they were very abusive mentally. Could be an Aries. They were jealous of you. Take it how it resonates. You could be the Aries. They could be the Aries. Take it how it resonates. It could be a Leo. You could be a Leo. They could be a Leo. Fake Empress. However it resonates. You were once living together with this person, or this person was living with you. You may have helped a friend out. It could be family too. But again, take it how it resonates. But you guys were once living together with someone, or they were living with you. However it resonates. This person is going to self-delete themselves because they're not going to have faith. Everybody saw what they did to you. They may also be, take it how it resonates. They may be a psychic, or they may call themselves a psychic. Take it how it resonates. Or they may have abilities too, but they don't use their abilities for positivity. They use it for more so negativity. But on the front street of everything, they come off as if they're positive, but they're a false positive, and you really can't be a false positive. It doesn't make sense. Yes, I'm telling you, justice. I don't know why this person thought that they can come up against you, because they can't. We also have drug use here. So this person may tend to utilize pharmaceuticals. They may be in a lot of pain health-wise, and they may tend to abuse pharmaceuticals. So whatever, I don't know. I'm not a doctor by any means. I'm not a pharmacist by any means, but just an example. Let's say someone has like a skin issue. Again, just an example. Whatever topical cream or pill or something, I don't know. They may be off. They may be addicted to that, or some form of a health something, and they are emotionally exhausted. Yeah, they were a rival. They're burnt out. They are so burnt out. They have so much anxiety. It's like they cannot beat you. You were never a game to beat because you don't play games. How you going to beat a game that you don't play? Huh? How were they going to be successful in beating a game that you didn't play? Make it make sense. That's why I keep saying you're not a game to be played with. And they're learning. Rival for what? Why are they rivaling against you when you're not playing with them? Come on, man. And this is what they manifest. They in depression. Boo freaking who? That's on them. They have a lot of baggage. They do. Jail, I don't feel physical jail. It could be. But what I'm feeling here is more so a mental jail. I don't feel physical jail. Like I said, it could be. But I'm strongly feeling mental jail. Because they could not beat you at their own game. You beat them at their own game. They're so afraid of you, lies hidden behind the truth. Yes, they're suffering in silence. This could be toxic family, or they come from a toxic family, because we do have friend here too. So again, however it resonates. And then we have mama issues. So you could be dealing, maybe you have mother issues, or maybe you don't speak to your mother. It could be your mother, or it could be a friend that has issues with their mother. However it resonates. But we have weak here, and then Aquarius too. We are still in Aquarius season, yeah. So a toxic family member could be an Aquarius, or this friend's mother could be an Aquarius. Yes, sudden changes. You're going to hear. And I don't think you're going to bat an eye. You're like, oh shit, well. They're not of a divine feminine energy. They're not divine at all. They're toxic. And this is what they fear other people see them as. Well, who cares? They see themselves as that. So why would they fear how other people see them when they already see themselves as that? This is what you're dealing with. low self-esteem. Yeah, they have low self-esteem. And they were nothing but a user. And they gambled. Yeah, they did. Their roots of who they are, the core of who they are, is a person that gambled with mental games and used people utilizing mental games. And you destroy their game. Could be a Sagittarius. You could be, they could be, however it resonates. Yeah, dark energy. Yes. Excuse me. They carry a lot of dark energy, but they utilize it in negativity. They do. And they can't rest because you know. That's why they're utilizing half-truths. I mean, they can't use it anymore because they only utilize the half-truth as a form of control, and they can't control you or influence you to listen to their sophistication of their half-truths. Checkmate. You could be stressed out. They could be. Hopefully you're not stressed out because I'm giving you the gems. Take the information that resonates with you, that I give to you, and use it. Stop sitting here and complaining about what other people are doing towards you. You have to become whole to beat these fragmented individuals. That's how you level up. That's how you succeed. Stop saying you can't do it because you got this one and that one is after me and that one. Okay, I get it. I understand. But you have to take accountability to learn who you are so you can beat them. I've been there. This person is evicted or was evicted. However it resonates. They were evicted due to illegal activities. That's the shocking message. So whatever they were doing, thank you. Ooh, okay now, all right. Thank you. So whatever they were doing illegally to get kicked out their home, that's what happened. I don't know, Joe. What people do, I don't know. Okay. They were very unloyal to you. Very unloyal. So this is not your fault. When somebody lives with half-truths yeah, they were plotting on you with half-truths. Yep, and you ain't gonna do nothing about it, and I'm gonna move on with my life. Okay, say less. That's why they're in financial failure now. That's why. You can't save anyone from their mental mind games. You can't. You can't go inside someone's mind and be like, hey, you can't, because even though I'm here and I'm speaking to you, and if you're not ready to change, I can't help you, if that makes sense. Because I don't live inside of you, if that makes sense. You live inside of you, so you have to do the work. This person don't want to do the work. They just want to mentally abuse people to their advantage. Nah. You didn't know communicate. This person may have an STD. I don't. Hey. Could be a Gemini. They're confused that you figured that out. They're confused that you figured out that they have a STD. They are fragmented. What are we missing here? They're not whole. So how are they confused that you figured them out? They're not whole. There are pieces missing to them. I mean, this person could be very domestically violent. They may put their hands on people, whether this is a friend or family, however it resonates. Thank you. Like, what's going on with these people? They come off as a perfectionist, but they're a karmic. They fake rich. They could be a bougie bully. A bougie bully? Okay. They want to be bougie, but they bully people? What kind of mess is that? My God. Look, bully is here. Okay. Whatever. Yeah, they have anger issues too because they're stuck. Hold well. Who cares? Yes, and this person in this instance here, not for everybody, this person works candles. They love candles. This specific person. They love them some candles, but they utilize candles in a negative way. And they can't get a new job. No money is coming in. Nothing is coming in. Money is in reverse. Money is coming. It's not coming. Well, your money coming in, though. Call back your energy. Reclaim your time. You can do that. Call back your energy. Call back your abundance to you. You can do that. You sure can. Yeah, they freaking out because they got karma, because they realize that they cheated themselves. They thought they cheated you. They didn't cheat you. They cheated themselves. That's why they're going to self-delete. Stuck energy. Okay. Where's my... Give me about... What time is it? Okay. Give me about a half an hour. And then we're going to talk about the flip side of truth hiding behind lies. So we just spoke and broke down lies hidden behind truth. Now we're going to be speaking about truth hidden behind lies. Then you're going to get, so you got a half and another half. And then you're going to get the whole, if that makes sense. So give me about a half an hour. Make sure you put your notifications on. I'm coming back, okay? We got Capricorn, however it resonates. I'm coming back. Don't leave. We got Gemini, however it resonates. Make sure you follow me, okay? Because I'm spitting that truth, whole truth. We got Libra, you could be, they could be, however it resonates. Cancer, okay? We have Aquarius. Thank y'all for the gifts, the shares. It is truly appreciated. Libra. Gemini. Leo. You're welcome. Capricorn. Libra. Scorpio, you're welcome. Virgo, Libra. So if that resonates, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'll be back on half an hour, okay? Don't forget to grab this copy of this book. If you like my teaching style here, well, then you will love this book. If you want to dive deeper surrounding narcissism in this book, I have a workshop March 8th, March 29th. Make sure you sign up for that. It is a 4-week workshop. Every Sunday we meet for 2 hours and we dive deep as we can within all the different contents or topics surrounding this book. So again, if you like my teaching ways, my teaching methods, well, then you will like this workshop. If you would like to join us in the Wisdom Beyond Wombs group, that's on Facebook. Definitely, you're more than welcome to come over there. It is a self-paced group, okay? So You have the tools. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. And I'm ready. And I'm here to teach y'all how to be successful like how I am successful. If I can do it, y'all damn sure can do it. Remember, you came to this world to thrive and not survive. You're not going to survive in people's mental games and mental semantics and psychological BS. You're not here for that. You're specifically here to thrive in your purpose and be all that you can be. All right. Love you guys. Take care. Stay safe. And I'll see you on the next one. Mwah. Love to you guys. Thank you so much. Take care. See y'all in a bit. See y'all. Mwah. Love you guys. Take care.